Morning, Charles. Okay, we have your 6105 here. I apologize for the delay. We had a death in the family, and it's been a very interesting 2 weeks. But it's Monday, and I really want to get back to work, and it would have been the right thing to do anyway. So here we are, and I'm happy to be here. So we have your 6105. It's cool. It's a cool 6105. First, let's talk about the numbers, because it's always good to talk about the numbers. Sorry, I also have a new phone, and I'm having trouble kind of figuring it out. So if I look like I don't know what I'm doing, it's because I don't. Okay, it's running really weakly. It's running really weakly. It's running very poorly. It's not giving us good numbers. It's running so weakly that my machine is actually having genuine trouble trying to lock down what it's even telling us. I can tell you from looking at the numbers that it's weak. It has a little bit of beat error. It's losing a ton of time, but it is weak. It's weak. But it's an unrestored watch, and I have some clues about the last time that it had work done. And we'll talk about that. Oh, there you go. Running at 149. Still can't get a read on beat error. That's weak. Okay, but stupid new phone. When I opened it up, though, I saw. You see, this is why I don't like changing technology. I opened it up though, and I was like, "Ooh, look at that! Nice and bright and shiny. Look at the brightness on these angled, beveled edges of the plates. Look at how shiny it is. Look at the brightness of the metal. There's no wear on the tops of the plates here. The winding bridge is tight. The only thing I'm seeing is the usual thing, which is that the mainspring arbor port along the lower one is definitely not happy. You can see how loose that is. I mean, I've seen worse, but that's part of our problem. But it's an original watch. It hasn't been opened for a very long time. This seal is hard as plastic and it's flat. It's supposed to be an O-ring circle. But you can see how slowly the balance is moving. It's not very snappy. You can actually see it swinging back and forth. If it was really flying at full speed, you wouldn't even be able to see it. You just see the round circle on the outside. Okay, so let's talk about cosmetics. So we know that the movement's running very poorly. We know that cosmetically it's looking okay. The only thing I'm seeing that's a problem is the arbor port is worn. The mainspring, when I wound it, felt very dry. It did not feel like it was full of gruck or garbage or anything. It just felt dry, and it's probably greasy, but there's no like liquid in it. Sometimes you'll get these and they'll be like liquid oil and metal shavings, and it'll just feel like gross. This does not feel that way. Okay, hang on. Okay. New phone. Okay. See, normally with my old phone is I had the camera over on this side, and now I have it over on this side, so I'm always trying to place things in the wrong place. Your watch, I can tell a few things. One, the case is actually really nice. Look at the bright brushing on here. It's got a little bit of marks, but not bad. But like, I can tell that ugh, I can tell that look at the cleanliness of the coin edge on the rotating ring, not worn. Look at the brightness of the sides, of the polished side of the case. I mean, normally 6105 8000s for some reason normally you just don't see them in good condition. It's rare to see them in decent condition. They just had the heck beaten out of them. They're just not seen very often, and when you see them, you don't see them like this. Nice insert. But this watch had work in the late 70s, at the latest, at the earliest. Could have even been the early 80s. Couple things. When this had work, Seiko's habit of discontinuing parts had already hit. And so these hour and minute hands are incorrect for this model. These are from like a 6119 dress model. This sweep hand is from a 6309 dive watch. So sometime between 1976 and probably 1986 and 85, something like that, was when this worked. Also, the crystal here is a low type 3. It's a very, very, very late crystal because Seiko made a number of iterations of this crystal. This is the late one. So that's basically tells us when it was worked on. It's a good watch. The things you're going to need to consider are, do you want it left this way like it was originally with these parts in here, which you certainly can. I can certainly just clean these and leave those hands there. It makes it unique. Or if you want it returned to stock, which would be replacing the hour and the minute hands with the correct wider hands, longer hands, and then a 6105 type sweep. The one thing to keep in mind is that the 61 this watch is early enough it would have had the long sweep. These came with two length sweep. The first one was a long sweep, long enough that it touched the outside of the markers. Then in the very early, like mid 1970, I think, the hand length was shortened to the point that it only went about halfway out the marker. I don't have the long markers. The long hands, nobody makes them, but I can put a shorter one on. It's just a matter of what you want done. Okay, you let me know. Thank you.